Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Nofri Putra from VDI 5C. Okay, today I will do my presentation uh, about effective guidelines for designing materials. Teaching materials from an important part of most English teaching programs, from textbooks, videotapes, and pictures to the internet. In this essay, the writer will be give why teacher might want to design their own teaching materials. Look at some of the advantages and disadvantages, and examine six factors the teachers need to take into account when considering designing their own materials. And finally, we'll present 10 guidelines for designing effective English teaching materials. Next, why English language teachers might choose to design their own materials. Conceptualism. An important advantage of teacher-produced materials in textualism. A key criticism of commercial materials, particularly those produced for the worldwide EFL market, is that they are necessarily generic and not aimed at any specific group of learners or many particular cultural or education context. And that's individual needs. Modern teaching methodology increasingly emphasis the importance of identifying and teaching to the individual needs of learners. English language classroom are diverse each context. And personalization is another advantage of teaching designing materials. In his 1990 and 91 articles, was argues in favor of homemade materials, saying that they add a personal touch to teaching that students appreciate. And these advantages, organizations. The first is organizations. Course books are usually organized around an identifiable principle and follow a discernible pattern. In contrast, teacher design materials may lack overall coherence and a clear progression. Quality. Basically, the second is quality. A further problem may be a lack of clear instruction about how to make effective use of the materials, particularly instruction designed for students. And the next is time. The key factor inhibiting many teachers from producing their own teaching materials is time. Factors to consider when designing materials. The first is learners, curriculum and the context, resources and facilities, personal confidence and competence, copyrights, compliance and time. Effective English teaching materials. The first is guideline. Guideline 1. Guideline 1 is English language teaching materials should be contextualized. The second is guideline 2. Guideline 2 is materials should stimulate interaction and be generative in terms of language. And the third is guideline 3. Guideline 3 is English language teaching materials should encourage learners to develop learning skills and strategies. Guideline 4 is English language teaching materials should allow for a focus on form as well as function. Guideline 5 is like English language teaching materials, should offer opportunities for integrated language use. Guideline 6 is English language teaching materials should be authentic. And guideline 7 is English language teaching materials should link to each other to develop a progression of skill understanding and language items. Guideline 6 is English language teaching material should be attractive according to Harmer 1998, Nunan 1991. Some aspect of these criteria that are particularly pertinent to materials designers are discussed below. The first is physical appearance. Initial impression can be as important in the language classroom as they are in many other aspects of life. Users friend lines. Materials should allow the attractive in terms of their usability. Durability. The next is durability. If materials need to be used more than once, or if they are to be used by many different students, consideration needs to be given to how they can be made robust enough to last the required distance. And ability to be reproduced. Language teaching teaching institution are not renowned for giving their staff unlimited access to color copying facilities. And guideline 9 is English language teaching materials should have appropriate instruction. And guideline 10 is English language teaching materials should be flexible. And in the end, teachers must weigh up the benefits and cost of designing their own teaching materials, and make their own decision as to whether it is worth the time and effort. Okay, I think that's all for my presentation video. Thank you for your attention and sorry for my mistake. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.